there's a good chance that the pumpkin pie you made last Thanksgiving didn't have an ounce of pumpkin in it. How is that possible? The canned pumpkin that goes into most pumpkin pie is actually made from a squash called Dickinson squash. Yeah, there's not a shred of pumpkin in the cans at all, and that's a shame. Dickinson squash is fine, but it's pumpkin that's the superfood. The first time the word pumpkin appeared in writing was actually in Charles Perrault's Cinderella, which he wrote in the late 17th century. Before then, pumpkin was known as Pumpion, of all things, in a few of Shakespeare's works. But where did pumpkins come from? Like so many of our superfoods, the pumpkin originated in Central America and made its way over to Europe with Columbus. Pumpkins grew in Central America as early as 7000 BC. And they've played heavily into Mexican and Native American food ever since. It was even one of the foods served at the very first Thanksgiving way back in 1621, though it definitely wasn't served as a pie. Native Americans used pumpkin as medicine. It was used to cure everything from a snake bite to freckles. Pumpkin is also a dense source of valuable nutrients that'll help improve your eyesight, digestion, and bone health, among other things. Pumpkins are rich in A vitamins, especially the eye-healthy antioxidant beta-carotene. A cup of pumpkin puree has well over 245% of the vitamin A you'll need in a full day. The Journal of the American Medical Association published a study which found that beta-carotene helps with cognitive function, specifically by helping to prevent Alzheimer's. And the Journal of American Nutrition has proven that people absorb beta-carotene through orange foods significantly better than through leafy greens. Pumpkins are also extremely rich in other antioxidants such as free radical-fighting lutein and zeaxanthin. So, let's compare the pumpkin to that beta-carotene powerhouse, the carrot. Sure, pumpkin has half the carotenoids and vitamin A of carrots, but both foods have way more than you need in a day. Still, pumpkin packs a fiber-filled punch and delivers a side of heart-healthy blood pressure-lowering omega-3s to boot. Plus, pumpkins are filled with a nutritional gift: pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, or pepitas, are packed with oleic acid, which helps raise good cholesterol while helping to lower bad cholesterol. Additionally, they're so rich in mood-enhancing tryptophan that pumpkin seeds have been labeled nature's sleeping pill. So, when you go for pumpkins, keep those pumpkin seeds. You're getting 2 superfoods for the price of 1. So how do you make sure you get the best pumpkin possible? First, make sure you're getting the right variety. The behemoths that people love for carving are bred for size more than flavor. So if you're planning on cooking with pumpkins, go for flavorful sugar pumpkins or pie pumpkins. Once you've navigated to the right variety of pumpkin, it's time to start the choosing process in earnest. First, check the stem. If it's green, it's fresh. The stem dries after it's picked and turns brown. Chances are you won't find a pure green stem at a grocery store, but hints of green won't hurt. Never ever pick up a pumpkin by the stem. The stem will break off and leave an open wound on the pumpkin, which can lead to rot. Choose a pumpkin that has consistent coloring throughout. If it's striped, it should be striped top to bottom. If it's orange, it should be orange everywhere. Next, pick up your pumpkin. Turn it over. Feel around the bottom with your thumb, looking for any spots where it gives. Pumpkins should be firm. Any spots that are even a little soft mean your pumpkin is going bad. If there are firm, dry scars on the pumpkin, that's fine. But avoid any wet gouges, holes, or mold spots. Once you've picked a good fruit, store it in a cool, dry place until you're ready to use it. If you want to prolong your pumpkin's life, wash it with a mild bleach solution, let it dry, then rub it with coconut or vegetable oil. Always cut the bottom of it flat. This will keep the pumpkin from rolling around and help you avoid any accidents. When it comes to peeling a pumpkin, it sounds harder than it is. Most pumpkins can be peeled with a Y peeler. If you don't have a Y peeler, use a sharp paring knife. Make your own pumpkin puree. It's easy, more flavorful than the canned stuff, and you'll get to keep those Power Pack seeds. Just cut a pumpkin in half or quarters, remove the seeds and stringy bits, and bake at 375 degrees until pumpkins are tender. Next, scoop the fruit out of the shell and use it, puree it, or freeze it. Pumpkin can be frozen for up to 6 months. Either puree it and freeze it, or peel it and cut it into chunks. Just thaw before using. Pumpkins make great bowls. In fact, the original pumpkin pie was a custard cooked in a pumpkin instead of a pie crust. Simply hollow out the pumpkin, saving the seeds of course, and use it to serve soup, salad, or dip. To turn your pumpkin seeds from a slimy mess to a delicious treat, separate them from the pulp, rinse them a couple of times, toss them with a teaspoon of olive oil, and bake them at 375 degrees until they're nutty and golden brown.